We were supposed to get a welcome video from a Hemsworth.
Any details on which one? And if they're clothed in the welcome video?
I don't know about the wardrobe, but it was supposed to be Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah. My hall pass.
Hey everyone, it's me, Kaitlyn. Here we are in the ladies' lounge and it is happy hour, my favorite time of the day. I'm having a glass of Spade and Sparrows, obviously. I'm about to do a group Zoom ladies chat in the ladies lounge to have a happy hour with some of my best friends in the world. We were supposed to be in Australia doing a girls trip together, and obviously being in quarantine, that's not happening. I really want you to meet my friends because I know for a fact you'll love them, so come be a part of it with me.
Okay, cheers everyone. Welcome to happy hour.
Cheers.
Don't look at my quarantine nails. Hey, everybody hold up your quarantine nails. Let's see who has the worst. It's me for sure.
No, mine are
black right now.
Mine are good.
I really needed this win today, guys. Thank you so much.
You definitely win. I can't believe this is our first time uniting since we were supposed to be in Australia together, because this is a great group of girls right here. We should probably do this more often.
I heard that we were gonna meet a baby kangaroo. That's all I know.
We were supposed to get a welcome video from a Hemsworth.
Any details on which one? And if they're clothed in the welcome video?
I don't know about the wardrobe, but it was supposed to be Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah. My hall pass. We have to put it out into the universe that it will still happen. As is life, it's on hold, just not canceled. And that's what I keep telling myself while drinking whiskey. Let's go around, have a little, oh, I hate this. Do you ever get flashbacks to like when you were in school or like certain things you had to do? And I was always like, oh God, what am I gonna say? Everybody's gonna be watching me.
I have to make a joke now.
Yeah. So Sarah, why don't we start with you?
Okay, I'm Sarah Nicole, aka the Bird's Papaya. And I actually met Kaitlyn when she had me on her podcast about 1.5 years ago. Mm-hmm. And I remember walking away from the conversation thinking, God, that girl is like a real girl's girl and totally the kind of person that I would love to be a friend with. And we've been friends ever since.
Oh, wait, that's so nice.
It's true though.
I always want to be a girl's girl because Jason always laughs at me because I always want to be one of the boys too. Like if he's having a boys' night, I'm like, well, I can be a bro. I can be a bro. But at the end of the day, I'm like, I love if somebody would, like a girlfriends would tell me I'm a girl's girl, because I think that's like, you want those kind of girls in your life. So thank you for
100%.
Let's move to Elena.
Hi, I'm Elena Davies, aka Adelena Davies. I don't have a cool nickname. My Kaitlyn obsession started a while ago. Before she knew I existed, she was actually one of the only people that I liked from reality television, because like reality TV is trash. And then I landed on a reality TV show that she happened to be a fan of.
Big brother guy.
And I remember being in the LAX airport on my way home from that legal torture session on my phone, and I got a tweet from Kaitlyn Bristowe, and one of my best friends was there with me, and I was literally sitting in front of a giant bowl of fettuccine Alfredo, just freaking out that Kaitlyn Bristowe followed me on Twitter and tweeted me.
She's me, but like way better. Oh my God.
I was like, man, that girl is it. She is it. And then now you're my real friend.
I honestly was such a fan of you on Big Brother because I was like, that girl speaks her truth, and I do it. You don't get it. I'm into that.
You have honed in on your passions and made it something so much bigger than probably you even expected. Everything you do, I'm like, I want to do that too. Like, I want to be able to relate to my audience and have these girls like look up to me and be like an appropriate role model, but like still cuss all the time and like get drunk a lot. Like you're just doing the balance perfectly, and I'm not doing the balance perfectly, but you're my inspiration.
That's so cute. One of the best pieces of advice I got after the show was from Jillian Harris, when she was like, I made the mistake of trying to be like picture perfect on everything, and when I would swear or drink or do something, that's really who I am, but people would come after me for it. They didn't understand like the duality of like me on Instagram or me in real life. And she was like, what my advice to you coming off the show is just, even if you're going to piss people off, just be exactly who you are, because that will work in like the longevity of things. And I think that's what I tried to do on the show. So thank you for saying that.
Lord, please make me more like Kaitlyn Bristowe.
We all,
that.
yeah. I feel like this is a good time to introduce Cleo then, because she's been such a help in my career and everything that I've done, and I would not be anywhere where I am right now without Cleo, because she's kind of like the business mindset behind and creative behind everything. And so as I like navigated my way through this world, she's been like my right hand for everything, and she just comes up with everything, and we just have such a solid relationship, friendship wise and business partner wise. So everybody knows who Cleo is, so let's introduce you.
Thank you so much. Everything we do is always so fun, and we just have such a good dynamic, and I can't believe it's almost been 6 years, and it's like you are my other person. Like we just jive. And so
we've known each other since we were 22, 23. It's wild. I've never met anyone nicer than Cleo, and I think we can all agree on that.
Cleo, I need you. I need you.
Everybody deserves and needs a Cleo.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Like, I always think about like dudes, Zooms or meetings or everything. Everyone's always just like, so when women connect, it's like so empowering and uplifting, and like just everyone's, there to bring everyone up. And I just live for these moments. Yeah. So Bailey, why don't you introduce yourself?
Okay, bruh. I actually met Kaitlyn through Cleo, so I'm Bailey, aka the girl who banged her head on an Uber roof to Lizzo. If you follow Kaitlyn on Instagram, which you might, I don't know.
It was the thing I've ever posted.
Oh, I went to turn them.
I was working at a clothing company at the time, and I saw Kaitlyn come off Bachelorette, and I loved her. I was like, Canadian girl, funny as hell. Reached out to Cleo and was like, hey, do you think she'd want to do like a clothing collab? And I really did not think anything would come of that because she was so big and just cool. And then Cleo was like, yeah, you know what? She actually said she would. And I was like, what? So that happened. And then I honestly, when I first met Kaitlyn, I thought she hated me. I truly did. I try and think all the time. I'm like, was there a certain moment like our friendship just kind of bonded? But I think it was just like a lot of little conversations, and I still to this day think it is, because you're so good at making time for your friends, and you're so busy, but you always make time and quality time and check in, and don't just like tell us how you're doing. You always ask us how we're doing too, and genuinely care.
Even when I was like a little selfish piece of in my 20s, I still like cared so much about my friends and family. So thank you for saying that, Bailey. And I never hated you. It was that I came off a show where I was like so jaded with trusting other people and just felt drained in every way. And I was so new to doing like photo shoots, and I was having a hard time trusting like what people wanted from me versus like if they really were good people wanting friendships. And I think I was just in this weird limbo in life after the show, which I didn't hate you. I was trying to do a photo shoot with somebody I was engaged to who we were like fighting horribly at the time, and then trying to act in love. And it was just forcing that moment of, oh, I'm so happy and in love, when we were going through a really hard time. Cheers to Bailey though.
Yeah, cheers.
Cheers.
You look so Nashville over there, Tia.
I look Nashville. Forest Ranger. I'm Tia Booth. I know Kaitlyn because of the Bachelor franchise. I was on Ari's season of The Bachelor, so it's been almost 3 years since I did filming, which is just insane. I didn't really watch the show a lot before that, but I knew who Kaitlyn was, of course, because she had been the lead. And when I was first applying for the show, I was like, I have tattoos, I'm different, I'm not like these other girls, these guys are not gonna be into me because I'm just not like this typical girl for this show. And I was like, wait, Kaitlyn is a freaking badass. She has tattoos on the back of her arms, like she's cool as okay, let's just try it and see what happens. Crazy, amazing experience. And it's like led me to this point right here. Kaitlyn is just the coolest freaking person in real life too. And I'm like with Elena, I felt so honored that I DM'd Kaitlyn one day and she responded to me. I'm like, oh, this is a big deal. Like she's the OG of this. This is so cool. And she invited me to do the live podcast in Nashville. And I think that was the first time we actually met. And I met Bailey that night too. And so Kaitlyn has just introduced me to like all these amazing people and has just been so friendly and kind and loyal. And even I looked through our DMs today on Instagram, And like when I was going through my breakup, you have no reason to like help me through anything, like no loyalty to me, whatever. And you were like, listen, you gave me all this amazing advice and you're a good one.
I just know, because obviously I've been through some serious breakups, and I know for Tia, like people were kind of invested into this new relationship of yours.
Yeah.
And so to go through something publicly is always challenging. So I was like, oh my gosh, I could have wrote a book to you on how to deal with it, or, you know.
Literally, you're like the reason that I was like, hell yeah, I am self-aware, I'm confident, I'm all these things.
Yes.
Like, thank goodness for this girl for showing me that. And
you just needed a little reminder.
yeah, and our friendship just kind of came full circle because I looked up to you because you were just different and you weren't just like everyone else that was in the Bachelor franchise. And then we got freaking tattoos together.
Yeah, we did.
The first weekend that we met. So
Tattoo of the rose on your middle finger, which I think is hilarious. Imagine you were Bachelorette with a
Bailey's idea.
tattoo on your finger.
Oh, I showed them in my meeting, or like I sent a picture to Bennett, so we both got little roses.
With matching.
Yeah, I was like, if you want this, choose me.
Will you accept this, Rose?
They said no.
That's some good TV right there.
We all have matching tattoos too. You owe us one, Kaitlyn.
Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah, she says they're not. She says they're both. So we're
I'm
both.
sorry, but you guys got friendship tattoos, and they're not ships, they're boats. I have an idea. Everyone should leave a comment about what tattoo Cleo should get.
Yes. Or a group one that we should all get.
Yeah, I think we should all get a different matching tattoo group.
People to comment if they have a tattoo that they really regretted, so that we don't do that.
Ooh. I have a J and a K on my foot. And to be honest, I was dating a guy named Justin Keller at the time.
Dang it.
And my best friend, her name was also Jess Knutson. So I was like, well, if we break up, then it's like, yeah, I'll have Jess's initials. But then she's married now, and those aren't her initials. So now I'm like, oh my God, the universe was like totally showing me I was going to be with someone named Jay in the end. So it's like Jason and Kaitlyn now.
So, is that what I need to do? Just pick a couple of letters and have them tattooed on my body, and then he will find me?
Yeah.
That's it.
If anybody has the perfect man for me, or the tattoo that I need to put, the perfect combination of initials, please comment it.
The universe has a really bizarre way of like letting you know when you need it and when you're open to it. And that was honestly everything in my life after my breakup into my relationship with Jason. Everything was like slapping me in the face of like signs and certain things. And I'll never forget, I literally stood outside, and I'm not going to get emotional because R.I.P. Tucker. I'll always love you. But I was walking Tucker, and Sean and I were broken up at this point. I was walking him, and the moon was insanely bright, and I had just read this book, and I'm doing all this and I stopped in the middle of the road, and I looked up at the moon like a freaking woo-woo weirdo, and I said, universe, just start giving me signs that this is the right thing, that I'm going to like find my own path and person and blah, blah, blah. And it was like that next day that all these signs started happening. I don't know if everyone believes in that. That's another thing I feel like we could maybe get people to comment on, is if they believe in the universe, or if they've had any signs or crazy stories, because it's one of my favorite things to hear other people's stories of universe signs.
In terms of like meeting a friend's boyfriend, you never really know how they're gonna be. He's a good one. I'm so thankful that you ended up with someone like him. Like, God bless you got that tattoo and looked up at the moon the one day, because
I mean, I remember you were like, okay, I gotta tell you something. And I was like, what? And you're like, so I've been talking to Jason. And I'm like, I did not expect you to say you were talking to someone from Bachelor. I was like, whoa.
And everyone wanted Jason then.
Oh yeah, he was
everybody did.
Come on.
Yeah.
But I had a good feeling.
You were with Sean though too, like it made sense because you chose him and you were together and it worked. But then something about when you were with Jason, it was just like, holy these two were like made for each other, and just like how theatrical and how dramatic and big and so passionate he is, it fits you so perfectly.
People always say, oh, it's like the last puzzle piece to the puzzle. And I've talked about this on my podcast before. I think what's important is seeing yourself as a full puzzle, having that self-love, and that like maybe your guy's the frame. Like he, you know, it's a little added bonus. It's not that he's the missing piece. It's you're full and you're whole, and he's gonna, you know, let you shine as you are. and be your frame. Like I remember saying to Cleo, I'm like, God, he's just like, it's so easy to talk to him. And I feel like I kept trying to fight that and then just kind of stop myself into being like, why would you fight something that makes you feel good? How do you know when you're ready? Let's say quarantine wasn't in there, but how do you know that you're ready to like be open to find love again?
And like, that's my weird thing too, is like, we even talked about on our last podcast, is I was like, yeah, I think I'm ready. Like, I think I'm at the point where I'm like ready. And if I do have my heart broken again, like it's because I was ready to put myself out there. I don't know, it's tough, but I think if it's like the right thing, then I'll know.
I think we should play a game of who has the most embarrassing or funny story about Kaitlyn.
I don't think you can embarrass me. This can be a challenge.
No, I don't think I'll embarrass you. It's just like one of my honestly like favorite memories ever.
Embarrassing.
And we were in Kelowna and we were so hammered. Somehow we ended up in a vacant hockey arena running around. And Kaitlyn, like when you're drunk, I'm sorry, but do you go and eat a carrot? Because that's what she eats. And then I remember waking up the next day and you're like, yeah, I fell asleep in the shower.
Yeah. Because we went skinny dipping that night.
Yeah.
I never eat carrots when I'm drunk. I usually get Postmates and order a ton of McDonald's. All that was in the fridge. So I was like, ooh, I'm going to eat 30 carrots because that's all there is. And then we went down and we were in Kelowna. We walked like 1 block to the lake and we went skinny dipping. And then we went back home. But I was like, I need to get in the shower because I had sand in all the wrong places and I fell asleep in there, which is very dangerous. Don't do that at home, kids.
But last time we were in Nashville, I do remember you had recently burned your vagina. Do you recall this?
I burnt it? Oh,
had to inspect it.
If you don't know what your best friend's vagina looks like, then are you really best friends?
No. No. I hope everyone here knows.
You've got to do it. It's like,
y'all are gonna love the photos I send in the group chat later.
I had loaded on an obnoxious amount of numbing cream before a laser hair removal treatment. Right. The laser hair, like, I don't know, did something real bad down there, and I had a reaction, and I took a picture naturally.
But the laser hair removal is worth it.
Guys, I recently had shingles on my vagina, and I literally showed everybody who would let me, like, show them.
You didn't have shingles on your vagina, you had shingles in.
Wait, I didn't get the photo of your vagina.
I didn't either.
I'll send you a photo. I was very, like, I needed community in my time of need. Yeah, that's what happens. It's not about like, will you look at my vagina? It's like, can we all just have a moment for how sore my vagina is?
I said this, I think, on my last episode, that you are an average of the 5 people you surround yourself with, and this makes so much sense to me right now. Like the most important thing to stay connected with the people that you love in this time.
Well, cheers to you, Kaitlyn. Cheers to everyone, and cheers to everyone watching.
Yay, everyone.
Well, we definitely covered some ground there. Some unexpected tea. Booth. Good one, Kaitlyn. Some unexpected tea, some gossip. Now, I know we're all friends here, but please don't send me pictures of your burnt vaginas. You have my full love and support, but I don't want to see it. I'm so grateful you got to meet some of my closest friends, and don't forget to subscribe because we're going to do this again, and I know you're going to want to be there.